And good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is Wednesday, June 26, 2019. I'm Dave Guerra. How are you? That's right. It's time for Let's Have a Chat. Let's have a chat because it's Wednesday. It's Walking Leader Wednesday. So we're reading from my good book, The Walking Leader, the 20 rules to guide you down the path of leadership greatness. Again, just 20 rules. Nothing too difficult. Nothing too big. 20 rules. You can handle it. I know you can. I believe in you. So, how's everyone? Hope everyone's all right. Hope everyone's enjoying this week. It's going to kick into overdrive next week because, again, it is the 4th of July week and then the weekend. So it starts on a Thursday. 4th of July is on a Thursday. So but we'll be here. We'll be making it happen. So do stick around. Also, I do invite you to follow me on Twitter at Dave Guerra. Visit my website, daveguerra.com, and follow me on Instagram, Dave_Guerra. And that's at Instagram. Every day something new. A lot of stuff's out there. So follow me there on Twitter, posting every day, commenting every day, and giving you my 2 cents. So let's rock and or roll. So today it's all about Chapter 18, Rule 18 of the Walking Leader. Rule 18 is be genuine, be authentic. I know it's difficult for some people, but you know what? You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. You're never too old. And again, you're never too young. But it does involve shaking that tree, changing some mindsets if you need help. But you've got to do it. So here we go. We're reading from Rule 18, be genuine, be authentic. Over the years, I've seen many wonderful people be themselves. They are being genuine and they are authentic. I've seen them remain true to their word and committed to what they believe in. They do not pull punches. Then again, I have also seen some of the most horrifying thoughts, words, and deeds that people could possess or do. They scared me. They really did. They made me wonder, how could individuals like that reach such depths? In some cases, I could not wrap my head around as to how they got that way, how they can have such deep-rooted paranoia, mania, and the most disturbing mindset, yet hide it so well. Sometimes it is difficult to see people for who they truly, really are. Then again, sometimes all you have to do is just scratch that first layer and that's it. Out come the claws and out comes the real person. Remember, I'm not a practicing psychologist, nor do I play one on TV. So I will not begin to give you the psychoanalytical reasons for what drives such people. I do know one thing. I've seen many people afraid to admit that they need help. I mean, they really need help. And I need help. I'm the first one to admit I need help. I don't claim to be perfect. I never have claimed to be perfect. I have a long way to go on the father thing. I have a long way to go on the husband thing. But you know what? At least I know I need help. At least I know that I get out there and talk to someone. At least and that much I've got going for me. And that will I brag and I will boast about because I'm not afraid to ask for help. But I've seen many people afraid to admit that they need help, so much so that they have lost their career, they've lost their family, and the trust of the people who love them the most. And I see that. I've seen it. While I was assigned to the U.S. Army in Berlin, this was back when the wall was up, I had the pleasure of meeting a young officer, a second lieutenant, who arrived full of fire and gusto, but he also had a love for the party life. And trust me, folks, if you've ever been to Berlin, that's the party life there. It really, truly is. I guess it was difficult for him to let go of the college frat life. This guy worked hard, he played hard, and partied even harder. This was his way for a while. That is until one day he was gone. In the military, if you're quickly removed from a unit, you obviously did something very, very wrong. I found out later that his drinking and partying caught up with him. The sad part of this story is that all he had to do was admit that he had a problem, he wanted help, and needed to get help, and this young officer's career would still be intact. I believe he would have been one of the great officers. He had that charisma that soldiers really liked. But now we will never really know, now will we? Since the start of my adult life, there have been many people who have served as examples of what not to do. Luckily, there have been even more people who have shown me what I should be doing right. Yet, in my mind, the cautionary tales always seem to stick out the most. Don't they always stick out? They do. Those cautionary tales are the ones that serve as a catalyst for me to continue to work hard to be a good example for my children, my family, my peers, my coworkers, my friends. See, it's about being genuine and authentic, and a lot of people struggle with that because they believe that they have to put up a front, a public-facing front. This is 2019. No one gives a damn. But yet people truly have to put up a front. And the problem is the front they put up is usually so fake. It's a facade. That's what it means. It's a facade. It's fake. And with that, they do themselves in because obviously they believe they're fooling people. They believe that through that facade, no one's going to pull back that layer and see them for who they truly really are. Well, that's the problem, is that there's way too many people with that facade and that mindset that they actually believe it themselves. And that's where the problems begin, because again, their pride won't allow them to admit that they are not perfect. Their pride will not allow them, and living with that facade and that persona that they've made, that fake persona that they've made, will not allow them to show the mistakes that they've done, that they've created, that they've allowed to happen, that they've encouraged, that they participated in, to come shining through. And that right there is where the failure is, because again, they have to work hard at keeping that facade up, that they're too busy worrying about that and not about the people they manage, not about the people they lead, not about the people who look up to them. Because at one point they're going to quit looking up and they're going to see that individual for who they truly are. And then what have you got? Not a leader, not even a bad manager. So again, it's easy. It's easy to get out there and put up that front, but what's difficult is maintaining that front. And because once the cracks start showing, people will start seeing through it. Recently, I had a situation with someone. I asked them a question, and they said yes, so I needed more amplification, when to schedule this event that I had asked, and they agreed to do. And for 73 days, I did not hear back from that individual. Where's the authenticity? Yet this entire time that individual's preaching authenticity, that individual's out there saying to be a leader, you have to be genuine. To be a leader, you have to have this, and this. But yet, on the back end, they can't deliver a simple yes or no. And that's really, truly what it was. It was a simple yes or no question. So where's the authenticity? And you can't call them out on it because they've built this facade. You can't say, hey, you've done something wrong. You're not being genuine. You're not being authentic. You're not being true to your word. You're not being true to who you want everyone to believe you are. Because the moment you do that, then all of a sudden, they turn that around and now they play the victim. Now they play the victim's role. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You're the one that did me wrong. You're the one that left me hanging or ghosted for 70-something days. And when I call you on it, you're the victim. So do you see where the trouble is with authenticity and being genuine, the genuineness? It is difficult because they work so hard and they feel like they've trapped themselves into this facade that they can never get themselves out of it. And sadly, so many have lived their life worried about what other people will think, worried about how other people will perceive them, worried about, am I doing the right thing and will my neighbors approve? Again, it's 2019. Nobody cares. They're all worried about themselves. I'm worried about myself. I'm worried about my family. And that's all I need to worry about. I don't need to worry about anybody else. And because I'm worried about my family and anybody else, I move on. I have to move on. I have to basically cut the ties because you can't stay bogged down. In order to be true to yourself and to be genuine, you can't have that negativity around because it's just going to feed into it. It's going to drag you down to that level of darkness, that level of anger, that level of despair. And then when they start turning the tables and saying, well, no, you make me the victim, it's, wait a minute. You did me wrong. How are you the victim? And then it just catalysts and it grows from there and it gets out of control. So it doesn't matter what you do, especially when you're dealing with somebody who's got a front, somebody who has a false facade, who puts up a false public face. and isn't true to themselves, isn't genuine to themselves, isn't authentic to themselves, that's where the problem is. But as a leader, you want to lead people, then you lead them seeing you for who you truly are. If you're faulted, you have faults, you're not perfect, you make mistakes, you're going to continue to make mistakes, but you freely admit that. I make mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes. I have faults. I am not perfect. But yet, when others make mistakes, oh, don't look at that. Look at what you just did wrong. You see that? So again, as a leader, your best bet is to be genuine. Your best bet is to be authentic. Your best bet is to be the real you when the camera's turned off. The best bet is to be the real you when you're not answering your phone. Your best bet is to be the real you 100% of the time. And not worry about what other people think or will think, or how they'll see you, or how you're painting a picture. No, of other people. Don't be the victim. Be the hero. Step up and be a hero to yourself. Step up and admit who you truly, really are. And if it's that you don't like it, then maybe it's because you've got something to work with. But your followers are going to love you for it. I guarantee it. They're going to love you for it. And if they're true followers, they won't make fun of you. If they're true followers, they're going to believe in you. They're going to support you. They're going to be more open to you and say, hey, here's my faults. Here are my mistakes. But together we're going to be better. And that's the bottom line. That's where it all comes down to. It's just becoming better and doing better and growing yourself. Folks, my name's Dave. This is Wednesday, June 26, 2019, Walking Leader Wednesday. That was chapter 18 of my book, The Walking Leader. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dave Guerra, on Instagram, Dave_Guerra. Visit my website, daveguerra.com. And of course, here on YouTube and Facebook. And listen, have a good evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. We're going to talk about leadership principles, something, kind of a continuation of today. So listen, until tomorrow, have a great evening. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there. Stay warm, stay dry, whatever. Well, don't stay warm. It's already hot enough as it is. Stay cool. And you know what? Stay awesome. Don't forget to be better tomorrow than you were yesterday.